These are 4 fantasy duologies I recommend, 4 that I want to start, and 4 that I want to finish. We'll start off with the ones that I recommend. One Dark Window. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys know I love this duology. A unique but easy to understand magic system. There's some romance in here. This is probably my go-to recommendation for people who want to start in fantasy but don't know where to start. This duology is hyped, but I think it's hyped for a reason. Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I love the cover for these. Like, it's just so pretty. It has a Chinese inspired setting. I love the writing in this. It is so lyrical. It is very fast paced. I do think that book 2 was a little weaker, but overall it is a solid duology and I would recommend it. Divine Rivals. I loved the first book. I don't know how to explain it, but the first book had this special feeling or vibe to it. The setting just felt so magical, and with the love story in it, with the backdrop of the war, it was so good. I will admit, once again, I think book 2 was weaker. I don't know why, but I always feel like book 2 is weaker in all my duologies. But I did enjoy it, so I do recommend this as a whole. Daughter of the Pirate King duology. I'm aware that there's more books coming out, but those books focus on different characters. What you expect is what you get. It is a fun pirate adventure with some witty banter between 2 characters. It's fast paced. I think these would be perfect books if you're in a reading slump. Now on to ones that I want to finish. River Enchanted. The first book was so solid. I loved the writing, very lyrical. The plot was good. Pacing could be a little slow depending on what you like, but I enjoyed it and I want to read the second book. The Scorpion and the Night Blossom. If you enjoyed Daughter of the Moon Goddess, I think you might enjoy this too because it reminded me of that a lot, especially by the end. The second book came out recently, so I do want to read it. The Jasad Heir. I finished this sometime last year and I really need to read Jasad Crown. I know. Someone bully me into doing it because I feel like I would really enjoy it, but I just haven't gotten to it. And finally, These Violent Delights. You know what's interesting about this book? When I first finished it, I thought it was a good book. It wasn't anything too crazy for me, and I was on the fence of whether or not I should continue it or drop it. But for some reason lately, I've been thinking about picking up book 2. So something about the first story stuck with me. On to duologies I want to start. Air by Saba Tahir. I love an Ember in the Ashes quartet. I don't know if you know that about me, but I love it. And this is set in the same world. I believe book 2 is coming out this year, so I really need to read book 1. Six of Crows, you guys, this has been on my TBR for like ever, and I still haven't read it, but one day. Once again, I feel like I need someone to bully me into reading this. Dance of Thieves. I've heard some mixed things about this. Some people hate it, some people love it, but I do own book 1 of it physically, so obviously I do want to read it. Strange the Dreamer. I've heard nothing but good things about this duology, and honestly, that kind of scares me because I think it's getting a little too hyped in my brain, and usually when that happens, it ruins the reading experience for me.